So all that being said, let's start from the very beginning and just like create a few very basic drum patterns. So if you already know how to play a little bit or know how to program, you can fast forward for a little bit. If you're brand new and don't know any of this works, this will be useful for you. So I'm in Logic as usual. I'm gonna do a little 4-bar thingamading here. I got Superior Drummer loaded up. First things first. What are drums? Well, we have a kick drum. It has a low note. Dunk. We have a snare. And then we have hi-hats and cymbals and stuff like that. Typically, kick is on 1 and 3, snare is on 2 and 4. Infinite variation to this, but that's where we're gonna start. So, Superior Drummer routes their kick to C1 and their snare to D1. So kick, snare, we're gonna go kick, snare, and they're gonna sound like this. Oh yeah, man. Already sounds like every rock song you've ever heard. Pretty cool. Alright, so we figured out what the right foot does and the left hand. Dunk, bang, kick, snare, kick, snare. Next thing we're gonna add is 8 notes, and we're gonna add those as we're gonna add hi-hats, and we're gonna add those as 8 notes. Superior Drummer has a bunch of hats mapped down here. So I'm gonna find one that's not completely closed but not completely open. Let's go for this one. It's gonna be a nice rock sound, I hope. Now we can just copy. Definitely sounds stiff, but it starts to sound like drums. Alright, that's pretty cool. What if we add some kick drums? Dung, ba, do, ba. We've heard that before in music. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so we can go 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have my grid set to 16th notes. You do that up here in Logic. So let's see what that sounds like. There we go. There, it starts to sound like drums, right? We can also go for, if you want more of a doom ba do doom ba. So all I have to do there is just move these 2 kicks to here. Let's see what that sounds like. That changes the feel, right? Compared to... So that should give you just like kind of basic idea of how you can mess around with the kick and the snare. Just get different feels, different vibes. And again, like no substitution to learning drums. And listen to a lot of drummers, like the style of music you like. What are they doing? You know, if you're a big metalhead, what are they playing? Like, say we want to do like I think you call it a skank beats. Here in the States, in Sweden, we call this tvåtakt. So this is what a lot of Swedish metal music was built on in the 90s. Probably would double those hi-hats too, right? You know, also has a lot in common with polka and old-timey country music. But don't tell the metalheads that or they will freak out. Anyways, and like what happens if we want to go full metal here and just really blast double kicks. So I'm just gonna take all my kick drums, put them on all the 16s. Now that sounds like all the heavy metal that started coming out of the mid to late 70s and 80s. Pretty cool. Alright, so we got some basic fundamentals just for drum grooves and such.